Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. I hope everyone's doing well out there, and hopefully this vid might just put a little bit of a smile on your face. We're in some pretty ass weird times at the moment. I had a bit of a weird morning. I decided to nip down to my local grocery store, not the supermarket, the grocery store, and pick up a few things, just some, bits of food, last us a couple of weeks, and some toiletries. Make sure that I smell nice and my breath's fresh and all that. And even there, the shelves are thinning quickly. But got home okay. But yesterday, I managed to do, unfortunately, because cinema doors in the UK have closed today, I managed to go see Sonic the Hedgehog. It's something I said that I wanted to do, and I just hadn't had the opportunity, and then I got the opportunity, so I took it. And before I go into what I thought of the film, I just want to refer to this article from 3 days ago, and this comes from Cinema Blend. Wow, Sonic the Hedgehog movie just set a major box office record. There was a time in the not too distant past. Can we just see that? Look at that. Look at the face of the devil. The face of the demon itself. Beelzebub. Yeah, when the first trailer for Sonic came out and we saw this, that's pretty much the reaction from nigh on everybody. It wasn't good now, was it? And there was a lot of kickback, as you may be aware. And the director of the movie, instead of getting defensive, instead of getting aggressive, like a lot of industries are doing nowadays, because the dicks. It's the only way to really describe it, because they are dicks. And that's why they're losing business hand over fist. The director actually decided to engage with the audience, engage with the fans of Sonic, and say, look, okay, I hear you. We're going to make some changes. And yes, they did. And then this demon spawn turned into this cute little thing, which is much more akin to what Sonic actually looks like. And when they did that, they garnered themselves a huge amount of goodwill, because it showed that they were willing to listen. It showed that maybe, just maybe, they agreed that the figure on display initially wasn't up to muster. They went for a specific look, a kind of hybrid. When I say realistic, I mean the features are more in line, you know what I mean, with the as opposed to the more just cartoony version of the Sonic creation. And yeah, because of that, I think it certainly affected how it performed at the cinema. Now, of course, as you would expect, the media were out in force to poo-poo fans, because the media love to drive traffic to sites like mine and like-minded channels. Channels which will just give you, as honest we can, an opinion without agenda, and just put our thoughts and feelings out there, whether they be positive or whether they be negative. We don't pander to companies. We're not beholden to companies. And so we can give you what we hope is an honest opinion about stuff. Sure, we have our takes. You might agree, you might disagree. That's entirely your prerogative to do so. But the media, of course, they just want to stir the pot. They're not interested in they don't give a toss about Sonic. They don't give a toss about the franchise. They don't care about any of that whatsoever. What the media were annoyed about was the fact that a director actually wanted to listen to the potential audience. This is the crazy part, folks. The director wanted to listen to the people that would pay money to see his product, as opposed to the people who don't pay money, who get to see these things for free, who probably wouldn't spend money go seeing it anyway, or if they did, it'd be part of their expenses for the company, etc., etc. And they don't like that, you see, because the media think they control the narrative. They love to control the narrative. It gives them a false sense of importance which they don't possess. It gives them a false sense of power which they don't possess. And when they know, like they do in current day, that power is slipping from their fingers, they scream and shout and screech on the internet about how toxic fandom is. Because they want to paint a false narrative so that the companies are like, yes, media, let's just go through these media channels. So the director did the right thing, engaged the actual fandom, and made changes accordingly. Now, the box office record that it just set, now, just a month after its release in theatres, it's standing on the precipice, it's now past it, of an enormous box office milestone, which is now past. It's now become the highest grossing video game movie of all time in the United States. It's now gone past there. The current record was Detective Pikachu with 144.1 million. This is American, US domestic. Sonic is now standing at 147 point something million domestic. So it's now become the top domestic grossing video game movie of all time. You tell me that was a bad decision by the director to listen to the fans. And it's over 300 million worldwide, just as a matter of interest. And it's operating off a budget of around 90 million. So the film's in the black. It's made a profit. How much? Maybe around 90 million profit at the moment. And this looks like a film that's likely to do really good business on Blu-ray. This will be a great movie, for families to get for the kids, etc. So, huge well done to Sonic for that. And I've heard a lot of cynicism about this film. I've heard a lot of cynicism about some top film sites that criticised, I think it was Cinema Massacre, what was it called? Because he refused to see Ghostbusters 2016 remake. These same people that criticised him for not going to see it, well, he's not doing his job, not going to see Sonic. It's a man-child movie and all that sort of stuff. Shame on you. Shame on you. Just proves the double standard which you want to show. So, as I said, I went to the cinema and saw it, and I legitimately, honestly and truthfully had a really good time. I was actually really surprised at how much I liked this film. And yeah, it's Sonic the Hedgehog. We're not talking about Oscar bait here. And we're not talking about, breaking new ground in terms of cinema history. But the thing was, the film was just really good fun. After listening, maybe I found it more fun because I've been listening to lecture after lecture by Doctor Who in recent weeks and watching the even just thinking about it is getting me laughing. The absolute unmitigated, laughable disaster, and we'll talk about, unfortunately, other disaster, which is Batwoman later today, which is just hilarity on the television. Oh, God in heaven. And when I went to see Birds of Prey, because I wanted to see if the film was actually gonna turn out to be good based off the horrific woke marketing. And the film was terrible. Absolutely terrible. It was dull, boring, unfunny, barely woke at all. It was just naff. It was just crap. And about 45 minutes into that film, my mate and I, my mate was he was in shock. Well, I could have just walked out. No problem. Honest to goodness. I could have just walked out. It was so bad. And that's doing great business. But Sonic, it was just really good fun. There was a lot of laughs in it. There was a lot of adult humor in there. Not bad that they're sneaking it under the radar. Just humor which would appeal to adults. So the director clearly tried to make this not just appeal to kids, because there's lots of kiddie stuff in there, and it's fine. It's great. This is really for kids, let's be honest. But there was clearly stuff for an audience who would be old enough to have been a fan of Sonic in its prime, but just instead of creating Sonic the Hedgehog humor, just creating adult humor for an audience around that age group. So there was a lot of laughs going on. Sonic itself was great. The voice acting was very good indeed. James Marsden and his co-star, which was his wife, they were great. The family was great. Her family was really funny. The sister, which just didn't like James Marsden at all, led to a lot of comedy. She was just... She made me laugh. Every time she was on the screen, she made me laugh. Particularly when she said, "Pass me my Fitbit so I can get some steps in." I did have a bit of a giggle about that one. But I just watched it, and me and my friend, this is the same friend, by the way, that I went to see Birds of Prey with. We were just like, I can't believe actually how much fun we're having just watching this. It put a big smile on my face because it was a short film and it felt like the right length. It didn't overstay its welcome. It had a basic plot. Jim Carrey was absolutely on top form. It really kind of made me feel like a 90s Jim Carrey yes, slightly older and slightly more reserved, but there were times where he just had some wonderful little moments where just like, he's going for it, he's kind of off script. He's off script and he's going for it, which was great, which was absolutely great. And it was just lovely to be entertained for whatever it was, 90 minutes. I don't think it was longer than 90 minutes. And they went boosh. They went past like that. A little bit of sentiment in there, they always have to put that sort of thing in. But I legitimately and genuinely thought, that was good. That was a fun film when I left it. That was a good, fun film. So if you haven't seen it, obviously it's going to be difficult to see it in the flicks now because, well, like I said, the UK cinemas now closed their doors this morning. But when it comes on Blu-ray, I thoroughly recommend that you pick it up, particularly if you've got young ones, or if you're just like an old giffer like me and you lived through the whole Sonic and stuff coming in the 90s. Ladies. I do think it would be a film that would appeal to you. Lovely little mid credits scene to set up the sequel. So well done. Huge props to the director for making that change. The film, I can see why it's done well. It's done well because it's been created in good faith and it's just fun. A good, fun romp. So well done, Sonic. I know it's Sonic the Hedgehog, but here we are. But this is where we're at, right? This is legitimately where we're at, where there's so many other what should be fun franchises not wanting to entertain people, either wanting to push their own agendas or wanting to lecture us or whatever it may be. It's just nice to see a film that wanted to entertain an audience and put smiles on faces. So I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.